The next step, it says 11. The LED should be installed now, and it's optional, and I'm going to install it though on my Fender. There's the hole they're talking about right there. This is going to be run through there, and it's going to be mounted basically like that using these holders. So one is going to be here and one is going to be there. So it's better if you mount these ahead of time in the proper position, and like I say, it's going to be like this, just like that, and you want it straight in there. So this has to be mounted inside this little bracket, and sometimes it can get kind of touchy, but I'm going to see where I want it. Now that could go there, and then let's see the bottom. See, I'll put this on, put it in one side, and then push down on the other side like that, and see, it's going right in. But we're going to have a little bit of this left over, and we can put that this little plug, let me find my plug, right here. And what we do is, with a drill, we drill a hole through here and cut a slot in it, and then we can fit this over, and it'll be a nice dressy look to fill that area around the hole. So when we're finished, this little bend will be right there, and that's the way I like it. Okay, and now I'm going to peel the adhesive off and stick that baby in. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this hole lined up and get this secured before I stick it in position to be sure everything works out. Okay, so that's how you do the light option. Before we secure everything, we're going to test all of the wiring right now by, this is the LED light bar, and we're going to plug it into that other connection. Now this is the tag light, and we simply plug these babies in just like that. Whoops, got to get it right. Okay, it'll only go one way, and you don't have to lock the little tab over. So both of these, that's all ready because I'm going to leave it that way. And now all I have to do is turn it over, and we go back and plug this into the rear of the slingshot. We're going to test the LED light bar and the tag light under there. So we're going to test all of the wiring before we secure everything down, because if there's something wrong with the wiring, we want to know now before we get all this installed. So find the correct position to put your plug in, and plug it right in here. Let's see, and you can see which way it'll go by holding it to the side. Once it's plugged in, I'll turn the key on. I've got my light bar, and let's see if I got my, yep, got my light. Now we're going to get ready to stick this baby, and I'm going to take alcohol and clean this area and let it air dry. To use a piece of tape to mark this as to where you want it positioned. Well, I don't really require the tape myself, but if lining things up is a problem for you, then you might want to follow that that course. So what I'm going to do is just peel this off, and I'm going to start with the top one. Actually, I'm going to start with the bottom, because he's got to go right at that point. I want it just like that, right down here at the base. I want that right at the base of that thing, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom one. Peel the red off. And now you want to do some aligning and straight. So I look straight down it, and I put this right at that angle, and then I put her right there. Okay, and now I'm ready to put this one on, and I simply pull this out until I can get it pulled back. And I'm going to line him up the same way. Pull him down. Now I'm going to look straight down, and line her up and push straight. Perfect. And you see, I got my bend just where I need, and I'm just what I need to be. We're going to take the plug from the top of the fender, which is like that, and we're going to take the smaller diameter area, take a pair of pliers, and just put it like that. A 1/4 inch drill bit, a piece of wood, okay, and then you just simply drill through there, holding the pliers firmly, but not so much you're squeezing it down. And then slowly, there we go. And you can kind of run it through there a little bit to get the hole nice and neat. As you can see, we have a nice little hole in there. And then we're going to put a little split in there, and then we can wrap this. Look at this. We're going to split it and then stick this up in there and have the wire going through this. So now we have a split in there, which we can open up. And now I'm going to just kind of put this little deal over that little split and push it down in there. Looks pretty good. Step 12 is we're going to take the single lead wire and we're going to run it up through the fender brace, which is this. And if you look up underneath, there's a place to run it through the hole. And it says they only want about 3 inches extending outside the top hole, so about like that. So the rest of this wire is going to be slipped up underneath here. You're just going to kind of wind it up in there, however you can get it, so that it doesn't stick out or anything. So just kind of stick her up in there. Yeah, like that. And we'll stick some more up in there. And then we're going to mount this baby like that. Now, here's these little snap caps. It's got a little ridge around it. They're white plastic. And you take this little small screw and you stick it right in there, and see, that's recessed down in there. And then you're going to have a flat washer and one of these kind of nuts like this, and it's got a little nylon tightening or holding device in there. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stick this in here, there's 4 of these, and then we're going to flip this over so we can get to it. And I'm going to hold it, put the flat washer on, and you want that nylon part, or the smaller part, facing out. And just get her started. Then I'm going to put another one on. And I simply hold this and line it up. Washer and nut. And we do them all. With the 11/32 wrench, you hold the locking, or the nut, and tighten them all down. Now I've tightened all of them but this one, just to show you. Okay, and that should be secure. And here are the snap caps, 4 of them, which will make the top look nice and complete. So take these little black caps and snap them on. Okay, got her right. Okay, that's the way it looks. Now, see, and about 3 inches sticking out, and nothing up underneath there, and it all looks pretty good from there. And then we've got to secure these wires and stuff up in here. And we can kind of, I'm going to dress that up later, but that's what we'll do. And here's a place that I can hook a zip tie and connect all of this, and then we'll zip tie all of this stuff together. Okay, this is the tire is going to be spinning inside of this, and you want to get you some nice little tie wraps. I put one down here to kind of hold that, and then I'm going to clip this off. And also right here I'm going to pull this over and tie this together with a zip tie to hold it in place. And then everything is tucked up underneath there. Clip this, and voila, there we go. Everything works and is secure. And now we're ready for the next step, which is probably going to be installing this bad boy.